Remember, also hit the notification to get all of my content as well as all of my videos. Salute to the entire Lions Den basketball as well as boxing communities. And salute to all of my subs that's been rocking with me. Um, I do apologize, man. I've been under the weather. If y'all can't tell, my nose pretty stopped up, man. Dealing with some allergies right now, but nevertheless, still gonna come through and still gonna try to give y'all some content. And also, I've really been focused on this young Dolph trial and everything. But I'm still here to give you some basketball news. Before I get this video started, man, let me give a shout out to Dreamers Pro. If you're not sub to Dreamers Pro, definitely go sub to his channel. I'll give him the nod. He was the one that I saw talking about this. And according to Shamsharania of The Athletic and Yard Barker, the Clippers have came out and have stated that Kawhi Leonard has undergone a knee procedure, and they, of course, are going to keep him out of camp activities, and it's going to force him to be gone for some time at the beginning of the season. Knew this was coming. Straight clown. Hey, salute to everybody up in here. Salute to Alex. Salute to you, Ted. I see you in here. Listen, man. Listen. And salute to you, Troy. At this point right here, man, we do got to look at this as a situation where we got to take it serious, because if y'all don't know, and shout out to the brother Pull Up Podcast. I know BJ's gonna be talking about it pretty soon. Shout out to Pull Up Podcast. Definitely go sub to his channel. If y'all don't know, I actually like Kawhi. I happen to like Kawhi, and at one point, I did think that Kawhi Leonard was the best player in the NBA when he was healthy. Okay, because I enjoy his style of play. I like a guy that plays both ends of the floor. To me, if you're going to reach any type of status where you're close to being the greatest of all time or one of the elites, man, to me, you playing both ends of the floor, that's very important to me. However, we have to look at this, okay, and we have to assess this. I understand where Troy is coming from, okay? Listen, man, your career is more important. We have to understand that this guy has missed a significant amount of time. And it was the same thing that I was saying in reference to Joel Embiid. If I'm going to give Joel Embiid the smoke, I got to give Kawhi. You said the Clippers should rebuild. They've already tried to rebuild. They've already tried to rebuild so many times. And it just, like I said, they always get hit with the curse. They've always had really good talent. And just this past season, I mean, they pretty much had a all-star cast of guys on there, but stuff was happening. I mean, you had Westbrook and you had Harden, and you also had Paul George with the inability to capitalize in key moments. And then, of course, you had Kawhi Leonard, who was unable to stay healthy. But, we understand now why he wasn't able to play in the Olympics. So there was a lot of speculation about, LeBron keeping him off the squad and everything like that. I'm glad he didn't play. I didn't want Joel Embiid to play. I didn't want Halliburton to play. I didn't want, I really didn't want Steph Curry to play or whatever. And I'm talking about guys that had injury history. I didn't want a couple of those guys to play. I didn't want to play. Of course, I didn't want Joel Embiid to play. You say Kawhi needs to retire. The Clippers need to move on with the night. Yeah, you're holding, and it's not, the bulk of it isn't Kawhi. You know what I'm saying? But they did invest, in Kawhi for them to go. For them to go some places. Listen, man. At this point, man, right now, yes, you got to start thinking about your future. He has a condition with his knees. We already knew the degenerative knees that would never get better. Okay, it's just procedure after procedure after procedure. At this time and at this juncture, you got to start thinking about life. You got to start thinking about, are you going to be able to stand by the time you get 60 years old properly? Are you going to be able to walk regularly, which you're really not? You know, the vast majority of NBA players, NFL players, MLB players, they don't walk like the normal person because of all the injuries, um, all the painkillers, you know what I'm saying, all the procedures, stuff like that. You say every season you can't count on a Kawhi Leonard. Well, it's looked like that. In the beginning, you never used to be able to say that. Kawhi was a guy that you could always rely upon, both on offense as well as defense or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He made his calling card on the defensive end by him getting that Finals MVP. That was his calling card. He evolved with his offensive game or whatever, and then he was on a high and was able to lead Toronto Raptors to a championship. Even though he got critiqued for low managing then, but if he retires today, Kawhi Leonard will be a Hall of Famer. You know, he will be a Hall of Famer. He does have 2 rings, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP. He's got 2 Finals MVP. He'll be a Hall of Famer. You know, but it's just, some players, they just can't stay healthy. When I think of Kawhi, I do think of a guy like the great Bill Walton. You know, Bill Walton's injuries has cut his career short, and also Larry Bird to a certain extent. Only difference with Larry Bird, um, he played through a lot of the stuff that he was going through or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like low managing and stuff like that back then. It was either you suited up and you had to go through the pain, you had to go through that grind regardless. But this is devastating news, man. I mean, as a Clippers fan, I'm pretty sure a lot of guys don't want to hear this. And it's other, and listen, it's Kawhi is not the team. Okay, he's not the whole team. There's other guys that got to step up in this case. You know what I'm saying? You still got James Harden there, and you still got a couple of other guys there. Now, what are they gonna do? And I'm pretty sure if James Harden wants to um, turn the whole narrative around about him, he should want to step up in this situation right here. Matter of fact, he should want this smoke. If show me that you could go out there without a Kawhi at the beginning of the season, without a Paul George who's not there, without a Russell Westbrook, and show me that you could actually carry a team without all the antics and all of the stuff that they're saying about you, because it's coming out to be true. And you'll never, like they said, you'll never be able to carry a team without complementary players. I'm talking about James Harden. We'll be losers like the early 2000s. I mean, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. We never know, what can happen. Stranger things have happened. But right now, that's what it definitely looked at. We're looking at a whole nother team that's been constructed. You know, so and I like Kawhi, man. I think he works hard. You know what I'm saying? It's just that his condition. I've said this a couple of years ago on my channel when I talked about Kawhi. His condition was never going to get better, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a progressive condition, man. That's gonna get worse. And on top of that, he's a year older. This is what you got to understand about the human body. As you get old, every day, as you get a little bit older, those injuries that you had, those conditions to your knees, your lower extremities, this, that, and the third. You know, all of the pounding, the wear and tear, stuff like that on the muscles, on the joints, it definitely takes a toll. And we're not talking about, just some, okay, yeah, I play basketball every now and then or something like that. No, we're talking about workouts. We talking about shoot around. Shoot around is a workout. We talking about off-season workout. He was getting ready to play in the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? We talking about practices. Even in some walkthroughs, you still got to use your muscles, still got to run through. And then on top of that, to put the icing on the cake, we talking about individual workouts too as well. Not to mention the strength and conditioning, being in the weight room, this, that, and the third. All of that definitely takes a toll. So, y'all let me know what you think. Leave your comments. Make sure you like the video, share it, subscribe, hit the notifications too. Straight to the point, sports and entertainment, man. I'll get at y'all later.